When we allow rage to be our main emotion when we are dealing with people on the right, something very dangerous happens to the left. And I'm going to explain. When you have rage, you get big hits of dopamine and oxytocin, and that actually shuts off your logic. It shuts off reason. And we become very cult-like in that it becomes like a mob. And we have the emotions of a mob, and we aren't thinking clearly. We see everybody as the enemy. There's no nuance. And when you have no nuance with a group of people, you have cult thinking. When you see 77 million people or whatever it is as all equal to schmatzis, you have cult thinking. Because the comments I'm getting when I talk about the right and strategies to work with them sounds very cult in my comments about tattooing them, branding them, imprisoning them, not allowing them back in society. There's no nuance for the fact that these people in general live very good lives, and they're very good to people, and they are of service, and they are kind, and if you met them in public and they weren't wearing a red hat, you would have no idea who they were. They'd probably help you change your tire or give you extra money if you were short at the grocery store. That's fundamentally who a lot of them are. But the political climate has been very difficult for everybody on both sides, and they also have religion playing into it. But my concern about the left, and part of the problem is everyone goes, why are you talking about the left and not the right? Because I self-reflect. Because when we blame over there, it allows us to stop looking at ourselves and our actions and our behavior. And why is that important? One, because when we don't do that, we start dehumanizing. Everything turns black and white. We get purity culture. We get cancel culture. We get aggressive. We lose our logic and we just become emotional, which is what we are saying they are. We become what we hate. And I don't mean that in a moral sense. I'm saying that is logic, strategy, and how to deal with other people that you don't agree with. This is about winning. It's about giving ourselves a chance. Like I brought up giving them an off-ramp the other day and everybody had a meltdown, not realizing that an off-ramp just gets them to a new position. It doesn't mean they never have to self-reflect or maybe feel remorse or regret or deal with themselves. It means I can get them from position A to position B if I allow them to say I was lied to. If I give them that out for that time, that means they're in a new position to have a new conversation. And you guys just run to, that's not fair. That's emotion. That's emotion. And part of why I bring this up, besides the fact it's going to get us nothing but trouble, it's going to get us nothing that we want. And notice there's no action. There's just rage. And rage makes you feel like you're in action. But the main reason I bring this is we keep talking about how history repeats itself. Like, I can't believe it. Look at them. They're falling right back into it. They can see, what was the past, what Schmittler did, what the Germans did, and look, they're falling right back into it. Oh my God, they're so stupid. What did the left do over there? How did he gain that power? Because the left was so divided and fought with each other, and they were so prideful that they couldn't get their shit together. They were too busy fighting and pointing fingers and saying, but the right is the worst. Sound familiar? When we blame, we do not have to take responsibility for our own actions or inaction. We think our rage is so valid that it wins the day. Because at the end of the day, I can go, well, they were worse. And the Democratic Party has tried to run off of that, and look where we are. Look where we are. We are repeating history too, because we are being prideful. Infighting is gross. There is no unifying because we're all right. They see that. Everything we're accusing them of, it's happening over here in some form. So when I call out the left, it's because I actually care and I want us to do it different so we don't keep repeating this pattern, so that we can get our loved ones out of there and have them whole and intact and being able to see something worth being invited into. Because if we're saying, hey, but that's terrible, you're a racist, you're a piece of shit, but hey, could you come over here and vote with us? In what world? Both sides are guilty in the ways that we're guilty. And not owning that keeps us trapped. So before you go attacking that side, I ask you to self-reflect and use some logic and some strategy and understand that giving an off-ramp to people, which is actually in the art of war, it's called the Golden Bridge. It's getting someone from one stuck position to another to open a different conversation. So if you want them educated over there, then you get educated over here. And that's called educating yourselves about cults, educating yourselves about what we did back then and what we need to do now. Because the pushback about being educated and self-reflecting and owning our part in this, oh, it's exhausting. It's sad. I get why we're angry, but there's a lot of fault on our side too. This didn't happen in a vacuum. Please reflect. Please look at what we need to do to get us to a new place. Please look at what we need to do to unify over here, because had we been unified, we would not be dealing with what we are dealing with.